Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Teofimo Lopez, he won last night. Yay. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. But he's going on record, man, and he's saying some things that make you wonder. Now, at the end of the fight, he was talking to some guys in the crowd, and Fight Hub actually recorded a video of him. And you know, you take it with a grain of salt. I'm not going to play it. It's not my content. But I'll tell you some of the things that he said. He goes on and he says that one is that, you know, he's a two-time millennial champion, two-time undisputed, right? He keeps calling himself undisputed, which being undisputed at 135, some people say he was never undisputed at 135. Being undisputed at 140, they're saying he doesn't have all the titles. So he's not undisputed. We understand Josh Taylor was never defeated, but still kind of weird to want to recognize him as the undisputed when he doesn't have all the titles at 140. But I get it, okay? Then he goes on to say how he's only 25 years old. He's the greatest. He's the greatest since Muhammad Ali. Y'all can't tell him he's not the greatest. And the double greatest or whatever. And I think that's just I find it rather irksome, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep Muhammad Ali's name out your mouth. You know, there's so much more to Muhammad Ali than just boxing. But that being said, is he delusional? Okay, so then he says, I'm not getting paid enough. Get the F out of here. Only getting paid $1 million. Now, we all know boxing is a business. Boxing is a business, man. And he's frustrated with Bob Arum? Okay, it's no secret that Bob Arum, he is not going. Bob Arum's like Dana White. Look, this is the business. I'm the CEO of this business. I'm not going to pay you anything like what you see some of these other fighters getting paid on other platforms. This is what I think your market value is. And this is all you're going to receive. And Teofimo Lopez, obviously now, because he and his dad are sitting back and talking, and I'm going to be honest with you. The man, he won a lot of titles. Okay? You got to be fair to him. But the titles don't equate to dollars. All right? What that does is when you go into a fight with someone, you should get the lion's share. Even if y'all only making $2.50, maybe you should get the $2, they get the 50 cents. But that doesn't mean that you get $250 million because you have titles. If that was the case, Devin Haney would be out here making $50, $60 million a fight. Okay? There's got to be a demand for people to want to see you. And to just be quite honest with you, Teofimo Lopez has turned a lot of people off. His dad probably contributed the most to the position. And I would say that Teofimo's in. His dad has not helped his profile. He has not helped his marketability. I get it. The Bud Light hats. That's all they got. Bud Light. Yeah, we got Bud Light. Okay, cool. What else you have, man? I'll tell you what you have. You have a big mouth father who surprisingly was trying to shut his son up. But they started talking about, look, the politics in boxing, etc. And now I'm going to give y'all something to talk about. I'm retiring. So now Teofimo Lopez is saying he's retiring from boxing. Listen, Teofimo Lopez deserves credit. He was able to come out here at age 25, and you know, he kind of got a. Let me tell you something. I keep telling y'all, the 4-for-1 deal is real. Not many people have the luxury to get in position within a couple years in 2 different weight divisions and fight for the 4-for-1 deal. Against Lomachenko, he was able to pick up, between what he had and Lomachenko had, 4 belts. You go and look at what him and Josh Taylor, although the belts were on the line, Josh Taylor had never been beat. So it's, in a sense, some people have seen him as, you know, picking up 4 belts. So Teofimo Lopez can blame Bob Arum. He can blame blacks. He can blame the goddamn Chinese. He can blame whoever he wants for what he feels is unfair treatment. Let me tell you something. He is very fortunate. And that most fighters don't end up in a position like him to get a 4-for-1 deal within a couple years of each other, a few years of each other. All right? And that's just being real with you. Now, that being said, he's probably going to be super miserable here in the next 6 months when he sees a guy like Adrian Broner come back to fight somebody for a title, and Adrian Broner make maybe $5-6 million. You know what? Broner doesn't have those accolades. Yeah, 4 different weight divisions, but Broner's not the 2-time lineal, 2 different weight, quote unquote, undisputed in 2 different weight divisions. You know why Broner will make more money than Teofimo? Because Broner, his profile is marketable. And whether you want to admit it or not, I think everybody likes Adrian Broner. I'm not sure Adrian Broner has been caught up in too much domestic stuff. But he's been involved in a lot of legal, trials and tribulations. But Adrian Broner, I don't think has done anything too bad to make anyone say, you know what, I'll never deal with him again. I think some people will kind of long handle spoon him, but no one's going to come out and boycott and picket an Adrian Broner fight. You know what I'm saying? Now, Tank Davis, he could run into that because, that some people feel a kind of way about domestic issues, about that car accident, somebody in the car that was pregnant. It doesn't matter what you and I feel. That there are some people out there, man, like the higher his profile gets, the bigger the glass house he's sitting inside. And rocks are going to come. And, they're going to try to shatter his glass house. Teofimo Lopez isn't sitting in a big glass house yet. And his glass house has been shattered and gets shattered repeatedly. And you know whose stone is shattering his own house? The stone that he and his father are throwing. They're so busy looking at what's going on outside of their glass house, and they're loaded. They're locked and loaded with their stone. They're just throwing glass stones from inside of their glass house. Throwing, trying to hit the reporters, trying to hit the boxing fans, trying to hit the fellow boxers, trying to hit other trainers. They just want to just attack everyone. And every 3-4 stones, they shatter their glass house. And that's the position he's in. And it's unfortunate for him. Because really, the talk should be right now, it's him and Devin Haney. That's what the talk should be. Him and Devin Haney. Him and Ryan Garcia. If he feels like he's not making enough money, bang with Devin Haney. Bang with Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and bang with Regis Prograis, which isn't big money. But bang with these guys who can bring you big money. That's what I think. Bob Arum will go out there and do a fight in Saudi. Let me tell you something. Bob Arum corrupt as hell. I don't care what y'all say. I've done my research on him. Bob Arum been around for a long time because Bob Arum, he goes along with it. He goes with the flow. Oh, Bob Arum goes with the flow. And he's not going to come now and stop going with the flow. But if they can get out there and make some real dough, and remember, Bob was an attorney turned boxing promoter. Bob's not dumb. But if they can end up out there in the Middle East and make some real dough, he'll do it. But they're going to have to tone down. They seem to have been able to tone down his father for this fight somewhat. But now they got to tone Teofimo down. But he's all over the place. But that being said, do you agree that he's the greatest or the double greatest since Muhammad Ali? Do you feel like, hey, he's not getting paid enough because the secret society is screwing him? Or because he and his dad are sitting there throwing a bunch of glass stones and hurting his marketability and profile? And in addition to that, his last 2 fights didn't look that great. Yeah, he did pretty phenomenal against Josh Taylor, but some people are sitting there, man, and not wanting to give him credit for that. So now you look at him talking about retiring. That's not going to help his profile either. You got quitting you. People are like, what? So he needs to be out here talking the talk, but calling out those names. And, but don't come here talking like you're just so disgusted with the business of boxing. Everyone knows boxing is crooked. That's nothing new. We know Bob Arum is not going to pay you what you're worth. Come on. It's just funny now that it's more like you hear Mayweather talk about it, you heard Crawford talk about it, and now you hear Teofimo talking about it. But he kind of hurt his own self. He shot himself in the foot. But that being said, before, nobody would probably want to sign him. Now somebody may want to buy him out of his contract, but he has 3 years left with Top Rank, and he fights where they say he fights. He does what they say he'll do, and that's the bittersweet about being in the position he's in. Bob Arum hooked him up with that Josh Taylor fight. Whether he thought Josh Taylor would beat him or not, he hooked him up with that Josh Taylor fight. And Teofimo Lopez, I can understand his frustration, but going forward, I'm not sure what he's going to do. But if he wants money, I'm going to tell you right now, the biggest money fight out there for Teofimo Lopez is Ryan Garcia or Tank Davis. Simple. If he wants money, fight Tank Davis, fight Ryan Garcia. There's nothing else to discuss. That's what he needs to do. Other than that, then, good luck. He got 3 more years with Top Rank. His situation, I don't think, is going to get much better. Terrence Crawford was the man. Bob Arum couldn't get him the fights he needed. And Terrence Crawford, supposedly, Bob Arum was hemorrhaging money. I personally think Bob Arum had a projection as far as profit margin. And let's say, I said this before, but let's say he put up like, I don't know, say $2 million for the Crawford fight, expected to make, $20 million. So that means it's an $18 million profit. But for some reason, they only made like $10 million. So they put up $2 million, they made 10, so there's an $8 million profit margin. But there was a $20 million goal. So now you're talking about a $10 million deficit. So when you let Bob Arum come out here and explain to people, yeah, we lost $10 million on Terrence Crawford, I'm hemorrhaging money. No, that was from your goal. But you actually pocketed $8 million. Okay, so I got to be careful how these guys are breaking things down. But with Teofimo, who knows? But I think if he wants to fight and make the money he wants, he's going to need the right dancing partner. And Jack Catterall is not the dancing partner. Pedraza is not the dancing partner. Regis Prograis is not the dancing partner, unless they get these fights over in the Middle East. The dancing partner for him is Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis. And I don't think he wants to fight Tank Davis. He may fight Ryan Garcia, but I don't think he wants to fight Tank Davis. And he may be in trouble against Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia still has power, still has speed. He's still young. He doesn't have all that wear and tear on him. And he's with Derek James. And I just can't see Ryan Garcia doing anything but learning how to throw his right hand as well, and just improving enough to where he can clip Teofimo. But Teofimo can fight, man. Can't take that from him. But that being said, we're going to see if he really is the next Muhammad Ali. If the pay scale doesn't get a little bit better, and if he's going to retire. Because I tell you what, Keith Thurman, he wasn't having family problems, but he started a family. And Keith Thurman, for the most part, is semi-retired. Teofimo Lopez having those family issues. He could end up becoming semi-retired. You just don't know. But that being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. But I think for Teo, Haney, yeah, good fight. Not the money he wants. But Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, that's what he wants to do. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents, in the breeze.